Hi everyone, Alex here. Thought I'd just take you through what I'm doing looking for subdividable sites or developable sites in Logan. So if you've seen one of these videos before, you know that I like to just search the entire region and put on a filter that just looks at houses and land. I don't generally tick acreage or rural because we just end up with big lots out west that can't be developed. And I like to do a minimum lot size of 900 square meters because 900 square meter blocks are subdividable in the suburban precinct, which pretty much covers half of Logan. I do generally put a maximum in there just to kind of cut out those massive rural sites. I found if you don't do that, you just end up with endless amounts of big rural sites that can't be developed. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going through, Wood Hill, that looks like a pretty well-established rural residential development. I cannot imagine that that's going to be profitable to subdivide or that you can. Address available on request. Not even bothering. Here we go. Townhouse development site must be sold. That's a good sign. Well, it can be a good sign. It can be a good sign because they might be in some kind of financial distress and you might be able to get it for a good price. But we'll have a look at that. Auction, the Heights in Underwood. Looks like it's up on a mountain. Very nice house. If this could be subdivided, that would be an absolute cracker, and it looks like it could be, but we'll have another look. A lot of Underwood is in a large suburban precinct, which only allows 1,000 square meter blocks. Cedar Grove, again, rural residential, not going to be developable. All of these. Here we go. 822 Kingston Road. That one sounds familiar. Logan Lee, we'll have a look at that. Jimboomba, again, rural residential. So you can see why I try to have a maximum because otherwise you just end up with thousands of those. Cornubia, that's a massive house. That's not going to work. Wood Hill again. Coronation Road, Boronia Heights. There's definitely some developable sites through there, so may as well have a quick look at it. 45 Katrina Crescent. Looks like there's heaps of space there. Here we go. We've done a couple of applications on Parkway Road. This one's got an approval for 104. I wonder if we did it. We'll have a look. Okay, this one. I always found that ones that show you that it could be developed, usually they want too much money. But we'll have a look at them anyway. So I'm just opening up all of these. Shayla Park is generally in a large suburban precinct, so it can't be developed, but there's little pockets that can be. All right, we've got to the end of page 1. So now I'm going to search for the Logan City Council Interactive Mapping. There it is. Now there's 2 different kinds of maps in Logan. There's this map and there's also this one. I highly recommend only using the PD Hub one. And the reason being, so this is the other map. The reason being is that a bunch of overlays don't show up on this map. So you might be like, this site looks great and could be developed, and then you search it on this program and you'll find that it's actually completely covered in waterway corridors or biodiversity overlays. So always use the PD Hub. So it looks like I've already had a look at this 50 Garfield Road, Logan Central. Low medium density residential zone, townhouse precincts. That's usually good. Not good for subdivision, good for townhouses. No significant overlays, just kind of the airport and residential overlay. They pretty much cover the whole of Logan. Contours, they've got 28.5, 29, and then all the way down here. So it does actually slope down towards Garfield Road. So I think this is the one that was kind of must be sold. Yeah, great. Okay, it's already got approval. We'll have a look at that. So Logan have a thing called the Development Inquiry Tool. So if we have a look at 50 Garfield Road, search. Alrighty, multiple dwelling back in 2016. That's going to have lapsed for sure. Let's have a look. Does sound familiar. We may have actually done this one. Okay, well that's probably a good example of what you might be able to achieve there. Obviously, the planning scheme's changed since then. Not overly significantly, so it's probably still no, it wasn't us. The planning place. Wonder who. So Mike Harries of Stefan Harries actually used to work here. So Mike may have indeed had something to do with this application. Either way, definitely a goer. That approval has lapsed for sure. So we won't be using that, but it's good to know. And it's good to show you guys how to use the development inquiry tool. All right, so that one's potentially a goer. Let's leave that one there. Let's go to the next one. So what's this one? Yeah, if this one could be developed or subdivided, we might be onto a winner. 26 The Heights. Hang on. It's already 2 lots. Doesn't appear as if they know that it's already 2 lots. Unless I am tripping. Okay. That's confusing. Okay, this one already appears to be 2 lots. I will have a quick look at the approval history because they may have had approval for 2 lots. Or it may just be 2 lots that they're selling together. No. Just seems like they're selling 2 lots at the same time. I have no idea what's going on here. Hilarious. Brisbane Grammar and Brisbane Girls Grammar within reach. I mean, if Underwood is in reach of that school, then every single suburb in Queensland, Southeast Queensland's in reach. Anyway, this actually looks pretty good. It is 2 lots. It's probably, I wonder what that is. Large double garage, dual living dwelling. I mean, not dual living, it's completely separate allotment. So yeah, you could literally buy this, split that off immediately onto its own lot, and then either develop and extend on this. So that's actually pretty good. I would probably want to have a look at the services to actually make sure that both those lots have the appropriate services. Let's have a look. All right, so I'm just loading up the asset mapping from Logan City Council. And let's have a look. Yep. I mean, they've both got sewer at the back. There's water running along the front. So yeah, this is a great site. Quite odd, but yeah, definitely a goer. They're selling it at the right price, which doesn't look like they had a price. Let's have a look. Yeah, auction. So funnily enough, there's probably potential to, if it's 1400, the minimum lot size is 400 square meters in that zone. So it probably has potential to be subdivided again. But I don't think you'd really fit anything else on there. And considering that house looks pretty darn nice. Let's have a look. Where are the lot boundaries? There it is. What's that? Yeah, I don't think you'd get another lot in there. That said, if this rear lot is, if you got that up to 700 square meters, you could actually do a dual occupancy on that lot. So you could strata title 2 units. So definitely that one's a goer. So we've got townhouses, this one. I'll keep having a look through these other ones. I won't bore you on this video because I don't like them going for more than 10 minutes, but all of these, I mean, these houses look identical, don't they? All of these sites are definitely worth looking into further, and I will. So I'll send through I'll include any more that I find. But if you have any questions about anything that I've been looking at today, feel free to drop a comment on the post or flick me an email. Thanks. Have a good weekend.